Got something real good for y'all today. Today we are going to make sushi. Now I made two different versions. I made like a crab meat out of hearts of palm, and then I made a mushroom. Well, y'all know how I feel about mushrooms. Now this is not the prettiest, okay? But this meal is so good. This is how you build your meals and you don't miss out on anything. Y'all keep asking, well, what do you eat if you don't eat meat? This is how I eat, y'all. It's so satisfying. This meal is not going to clog my body. It's going to fuel my body. And I love that for me. All right, y'all. So today we have hearts of palm, which is the inner bark of a palm tree. Do your own research, but this is just one of the replacements that I tend to use for my crab meat. I don't eat it all the time, but I will venture off to my hearts of palm if I feel like, hey, I kind of want some crab meat, some crab legs type of texture. Now make sure that you wash off the brine that it comes in, and then you're just going to cut it up. And as you can see, it gives that crab meaty type texture, which we're looking for. Now, you would season this exactly how you season your seafood. What I use is kelp, dulse. I got a Japanese multi-purpose seasoning, which has nori sheets inside of it from Trader Joe's. And this is the base of how I make hearts of palm taste like fish. I also have some Old Bay in your cabinet. You'll see that Old Bay is just paprika and celery salt. You know me, I like to go to the source. So I just put celery salt inside of here. Y'all, it's no right way to do it. However you typically season your food, do it that way. Look what we got, y'all. You cannot tell me this does not look like a crab meat type texture. Now, I did sit this in the refrigerator. You know I like my things to marinate. Next up, I always chop off the end pieces of my oyster mushrooms and I just pull them apart. Mushrooms hold a lot of water, so I didn't like pull these finely like I did the hearts of palm. I just kind of pull them apart so that they'll eventually, when you put them in the pan, get smaller in size. I mix in avocado oil, and then I mix in different seasonings. Y'all know I love this mushroom seasonings from Trader Joe's. I mixed in some lemon pepper. I mixed in some cumin. And again, I let this sit in the refrigerator while I worked on everything else. So another way to boost the nutritional powerhouse of my food is by adding bell peppers. Now, bell peppers are high in vitamin C, B6, fiber. They're very low in calories. So just adding key things like this into your meal takes it to another level. Now we know that red bell peppers have more vitamin C than the orange ones. It's about 169% of your daily value per cup. So this is going to be great for your immunity, great for your skin health, y'all. This is how we got to start looking at the food like, okay, what can this food do for my body? Next up, we're going to get into our sauce. And this is how I like to do it. Since I have the hearts of palm and I have the oyster mushrooms just chilling out in the refrigerator, I then like to do my sauce because I want that to be cold as well. Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. How you gotta play around with creation. I have parsley, organic parsley. I mixed in the bell peppers because we got a surplus of bell peppers. So I just mixed that in. I also added the onions as well. I put in about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. Y'all gotta tell me, how are y'all, with the fresh garlic, how are y'all cutting this up? I've heard shake it in a jar to get the skin off. Help! All right, so we know that we need healthy fats into our regimen. Now, healthy fats, my healthy fat of choice is going to be avocados. Avocados are high in fiber, potassium, vitamin C, also something that keeps you full. If you ever notice when you eat like guacamole and things like that, like, dang, I feel kind of full and satisfied. But by adding in this avocado, it does prolong the next time that I eat, if that makes sense. It also makes the sauce really creamy. Okay, so for the pink sauce, one thing about it, I am going to play with creation. I used beetroot powder. I sneak beetroot powder into my smoothies, my food, different things, because it's very, you know, it supports my red blood cell production and oxygen transport, which just really means iron. And one thing about cutting meat out of your diet, you know, you can have low iron, you can have low ferritin levels, and this is just one way that I ensure that, hey, Constance, you know, make sure that you're getting actual nutrient profile that you need so that you don't fall into these deficiencies that a lot of people swear that we have. Now, I know it sounds crazy, because it's almost like all of these things have the same properties in them. That just shows how powerful this meal is and how we should be eating to live. When I started mixing this together, it really wasn't the creamiest that I wanted. So I did go back and I added in some coconut cream. Y'all know, if it's one thing you gotta keep in your staple, your pantry, it is coconut cream and coconut milk. That's how I get a lot of my creamy soups and my creamy smoothies, and it's just a staple in my house. So once I added that into the coconut cream into the food processor, it really did make it creamier, and it was just so good. I mean, the texture was right where I wanted it at. I was determined to get this sauce inside of this container without any mess ups, and I was making a mess, y'all. So anyway. Now let's move on to how I cook this food. Now, I like to keep things simple. I did mix in the same ingredients for both the mushrooms and the hearts of palm. And I do that typically because I like to get rid of all of my produce before going back to the store. And next thing you know, you have a refrigerator full of things that have expired and things like that. So I keep the base of my meals the same. So if I'm using onions that week, I'll go with onions. If I'm using peppers, like if I'm making a salad, everything will typically have the same ingredients. I'll just switch out whether I'm using mushrooms, walnuts, or whatever I decide to go with that week. And as I start to make more videos, you'll see exactly what I mean. Simplicity is how you win, y'all. Don't complicate it. And so you just gotta kind of like eyeball this. I like it a little on the browner side. So I did cook my hearts of palm. Make sure you add oil because it will stick to the pan. But I did cook this hearts of palm and these mushrooms for about 20 to 25 minutes. But again, you don't have to. Just eyeball your food and see what preference that you like. And just like that, we are ready to make our sushi. Now, I like to cut up what's gonna go on the inside of the meal, which is cabbage. I have purple cabbage, because y'all know I like my food to have some color to it. Purple cabbage, cucumbers, tomatoes, Southwest sprouts. Now, I had watched a few tutorials, and in the tutorials, they had roasted seaweed. Now, I'm not sure if I picked up the wrong seaweed. My seaweed that I like, I've tried this recipe numerous times, and what I failed to notice is that my seaweed broke apart very easily. So that's what made me go to the 100% roasted seaweed. You know, they were saying like roll it on the mat and stuff like that. No, the mat was not working for me, so I decided to roll it with my hands. I got the job done, okay? And when I got done with the recipe, I was like, you know what I should have did? I should have doubled up the nori sheets. So I should have used 2 nori sheets. And that way I probably could have got it to be thicker and not break apart when I cut it. Nonetheless, like, I got it done, and let's see what it looks like. So y'all know this is pink sauce. Y'all saw me make it. Now the pink sauce is, I make it pink like that red color because of the beetroot powder, which is another way that I like to boost my iron levels and make sure my iron levels are regulated. You can always sneak it in, honey. And I just showed you how. This is what we got. Now I'm gonna do a close-up. Let's do a close-up. Saying, well, Constance, what do you eat if you don't eat meat? That's what my channel is about, y'all. It's not about restricting yourself. It's about building meals that satisfy the body, adding, not subtracting. So if you like sushi, okay, there's a plant-based way to do it. If you like chicken, there's a plant-based way to do it. If you like fish, there's a plant-based way to do it. If you like, it's a plant-based, hey. Now, I trust myself, okay? I did not taste the pink sauce. I didn't taste the sauce because I said it's all the ingredients that I like. So, I'm gonna do the taste test with y'all. That's why I only put it on 4 of them. So, if it's nasty, I only put it on 4 of them. I thank you. Everything that we eat must serve a purpose. This meal is good for protein. It has vitamin C. It has potassium. It has a little bit of, it boosts my iodine. It makes sure my thyroid levels are functioning properly. A whole bunch of things. You know, everything I put into this meal was made with love. This meal is not going to clog my body. It's going to fuel my body. And I love that for me. Okay, so I give thanks. This is the crab meat. Try that again with a little coconut aminos. I'm trying for the first time with y'all. Look. Ooh! I did that. Let's see. Pink sauce, yay or nay? This is with the mushrooms, okay? Oh, I said hello. You never know what somebody doing in their house, y'all. I'm having a good time with y'all. This is so, oh my goodness. You gotta get this meal a try. Now again, I did not wrap this the prettiest, but everything that good for you ain't pretty. Second bite, I might have just learned how to use chopsticks on the phone with y'all. That's crazy. When I got company, I learned how to use the tools. Now I got the sauce and the coconut aminos. Y'all know coconut aminos is like my substitute for soy sauce. I'm trying my best to stay away from soy, because it boosts your estrogen and it messes with your hormones and all these things that I don't want. I don't eat Beyond Meat, Yon Meat, Ton Meat, nothing, okay? I'm trying to eat whole plant-based meals. Yeah, absolutely. Disclaimer before I go. The alfalfa sprouts taste just like grass. Just like I went outside and picked some grass. But alfalfa sprouts is how I so-called build muscle. It's how I get nutrients for the body. As a matter of fact, let's read what alfalfa sprouts do really quickly. Oh, I put it in a voiceover, but I did let the hearts of palm cool down and I did let the mushrooms cool down, because if I had not done that, then it would have broke the nori sheets in half. Be about 30 to 40 minutes. Perhaps one even wrapped perfectly. So it probably was still a little too warm to wrap. But when I say the meal is so good, y'all, like, wow. It's okay to do some research, y'all. We are living in a time of information. If it's something you want to know, you can always Google it. Next time you got to ask yourself, is that Googleable? Benefits of alfalfa sprouts. Vitamin K, vitamin C is good for your heart. It's good for your bones. It's good for your digestive system. It's good plant protein. A lot of people ask, well, how do you get your protein? Why you need protein? You need protein. Y'all, a lot of these animals don't go to other animals to get their protein. They are eating plants. So it's basically, I'm cutting out the middleman. That's what I'm doing. I'm cutting out the middleman. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to the animal that went to the plants to get their protein. I'm like, okay, if the animal went to the plants, I'm gonna go to the plants too. That's how I think. The benefits of a nori sheet: supporting your thyroid function, your heart health, your metabolism is good in fiber. It aids in your digestive system. And we know a lot of us are backed up. And you know, when your gut is like your first brain. They say it's your second brain, but your gut is really like the first brain. If you're clogged up, if you congested, if your body filled with mucus, the whole body thrown off. So you telling me I just built a meal out of nori sheets and alfalfa sprouts. I ain't even got into the rest. And you telling me that it's good for my digestive system, it promotes gut health, it's good in fiber, it's good in heart health, metabolism, thyroids. Imagine, this is how you build your meals, y'all. I've only went through the nori sheets and the alfalfa sprouts with y'all. I didn't go through the bell peppers, the garlic, the onions, all of the herbs that I put into it, the mushrooms in itself, the hearts of palm, nothing. I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to eat. All you eat is grass. All you eat is salads. It's a myth. Okay? You can still have fun. You don't have to restrict yourself. You can just build around the meals that you already love. And I always say add before you subtract. Don't go cold turkey like me. Just say, hey, if you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, say, so you know what, tomorrow when I wake up, I'm gonna do a plant-based breakfast. I'm gonna do a plant-based lunch. I'm gonna do a plant-based dinner. Don't be hard on yourself, y'all. And that's it, y'all. I'm hungry. I am starving. Still behind us. My meal is still right here. I love y'all. Thanks for all the subscribers. Thanks for showing my channel so much love, y'all. How many diets out here? Keto, carnivore, do this, do that, do this. Y'all, take a deep breath. Breathe it out. It is going to be okay. All you need is a system that is going to work for you. And that is what my channel is about. I have an ebook. It teaches you from step 1 to 5 mentally. It teaches you like, okay, the foundation of eating healthy. 1 is how you eat with the sun. The other is just how to undiet. Just get out of the undiet limbo, okay? It is available for you. It's ready for you. It's linked in my bio. I love y'all. I have enjoyed this video. Again, this is not the prettiest meal. I'll see you guys next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, all the things. And I always say, if you made it this far in the video, drop an avocado emoji, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.